It's right about time again to swerve again, confuse the general fans again. Add another swerve and then put it on a poll again. Put it on a poll again. Put it on the poll again. And our square to quad is gonna get emotional as I wait to overbook the damn cards. I guess I'm losing confidence in my competence. Viscera's now president. Shoot or work or shoot. Let's put the title on a boot. The boot defends against a fruit. The fruit defends against my suit. And I square the quad with one wet emotional as I wait to overbook the damn quad. Whoa, I wanna be the baddest man on the planet, on the planet, on the planet.
I wanna be the baddest man on the planet.
How about we put
7 men in a 4-man tag?
Let's do the angle.
Punks on crack.
How about
The title match. First to do 10 jumping jacks will then receive a title match. Royal Rumble on a pole match. And I swear to God, it's gonna get emotional
the way
to overbook the damn card again. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vince Russo's live Twitch stream. I am live right now on twitch.tv/Vince Russo Live. I am also live on my YouTube channel. Now, guys, let me tell you what happened to me this morning. I had a bunch of podcasts to do. I always have a bunch of podcasts to do. But I also had some errands I had to run. So between my podcast and between this live stream, I ran out knowing that I had to be back at 1 o'clock for the live stream. But then while I was out and I was playing everything precisely to the minute, I realized that Twitch wants me to go on 15 minutes early. Bro, I screwed up. I messed up. I forgot about the 15 minutes early, so there was no way in heck that I was going to be able to get here 15 minutes early, but I did make it by 1 o'clock. And I want to welcome everybody to the front page. Welcome to my channel. If you guys are not familiar with me, let me tell you a little bit about me. My name is Vince Russo. I was the head writer of the WWE during the Attitude Era, the hottest period of time in the professional wrestling business. We're talking about Austin, The Rock, Taker, DX, Mick Foley, Kane, Mr. McMahon, you name it. That was written by me and my writing partner, Ed Ferrara. From there, I went to WCW. I wrote a little Nitro. From there, I went to TNA and actually wrote for that show for 10 years. Again, at TNA, we achieved the highest ratings. There were 2 million people watching TNA at one point, believe it or not. Now, I have been podcasting for the last 5 years. I have a podcasting network called russosbrand.com, where we are a family. We are a community. We care about each other. And more than anything else, we tell the truth. We are here to tell the truth. And, you know, sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes the truth comes with consequences. And quite frankly, I'll tell you guys what, the truth does not work in the wrestling business because the wrestling business is filled with a lot of con men, a lot of backstabbers, a lot of politicians, a lot of liars, a lot of carny barkers. And I'm not talking about the boys. I love the boys. The wrestlers, male, female, they were always good people. The wrestlers were always blue-collar workers. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the management level where wrestling, I guess like a lot of other businesses, wrestling is a very, very, very political environment. And when you're working in a sea of liars and con men and cheat and politicians, a lot of times the truth doesn't work because they don't want to hear the truth, and the truth will expose them. So I made a vow that when I started my own podcast network, it was going to be the truth and nothing but the truth. And that's what russosbrand.com is. Guys, on russosbrand.com, we have a lot of personalities from the wrestling business. I do shows with all of them. We have so many, I can't keep track. We got Big Vito LaGrasso and his wife, Noelle. We got Stevie Richards. We got Ben Hameen. We got Just Incredible. We got Stevie Ray from Harlem Heat. We got the great Shane Douglas. We got Disco Inferno. We got Taylor Hendricks. We got Goldilocks. We've got so many celebrities on russosbrand.com that you get a different show with a different presentation every single day. And believe it or not, we also have another menu of shows for you, another level for shows for you on Patreon, patreon.com/Russo TWC. All in all, we got, 15 shows. Who knows? I lost track of how many shows we got. But we have different shows weekly every single day. Our Patreon is tied into Discord, where I go on there. I do live audio, video chats. There's always something going on for the brand. You are always getting content on top of content on top of content. I am currently working on a new show that I'm looking to launch in December as a Christmas gift to everybody. That is in the makings. Gaurav Kumar is telling me to dye your hair black. Gaurav, what did I just tell you? I just told you I am not a phony. Why am I going to dye my hair black when my hair is getting gray? Why would I want to make believe or put on a facade that my hair is not gray? Because that would make me like the phony balonies that I'm cutting promos on. I'm almost a 60-year-old man, bro. I've got gray hair and a gray beard, and there is nothing wrong with that, Gaurav. Guess what, Gaurav? Someday you, my friend, are going to have gray hair and a gray beard. And then what? Then what are you going to do? What are you going to do, bro? You're going to be an 85-year-old man? You're going to be dyeing your hair for crying out loud? No, this is me. This is my natural hair color. It is what it is. I want to thank everybody right now for joining me on YouTube. We got a YouTube channel with dozens and dozens and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of free videos. So you can check out those free videos on YouTube. You can get a little taste, a little sampling. Then you can decide on whether or not you want to become a brand member, which is the cup of for a cup of coffee at Starbucks. You could be a member of the brand for a month. It's ridiculously low, Guys, I want to talk to you today, and I want to include everybody on this conversation. And you guys feel free to ask me anything. You could ask me about wrestling. But, guys, I know a lot more than wrestling. Like, I can talk all sports with you. My game of choice is baseball. I could talk music with you. I could talk movies, TV, entertainment, Batman 1966, whatever you want to talk about. I can talk about with you. I do want to tell you guys that the brand is a public broadcasting network. And what that means, bro, is I don't depend on sponsors and advertisers because nobody is going to dictate the direction of the show to me. Nobody is going to dictate to me what we're allowed to say, what we can't say. Nobody's going to do that. So I have a subscription base where I depend on you, the people, to support the brand, donate to the brand. You can get a sub on Twitch, guys. Sub on Twitch. You can use your Twitch Prime. If you've got Amazon Prime, bro, that means you've got a Twitch account. If you've got Amazon Prime, you got Twitch Prime. You can get a show of your choice for free, bro. All you got to do is renew it every month, but it's free. So if you've got Amazon Prime, take advantage of Twitch Prime. You can gift subs, you can cheer bits, whatever you want to do, guys. Contributions to the brand. Everybody on the brand is paid. All the talent on the brand make a little bit of a payday, and that is all thanks to you. So, you are making contributions to really good people, really hardworking people, and quite frankly, I got to tell you, I applaud all of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, guys, that's a little bit about me, and that is a little bit about the brand. As I said, feel free on Twitch to cheer, to follow, to sub, to resub, to gift a sub, whatever you want to do to show your devotion and support and dedication to the brand. Guys, I want to talk about something today. I want to open up the discussion to everybody on Twitch, and also I'm on YouTube right now. I want to open up the discussion, guys. I'm starting to find out that a lot of people, including my own colleagues, including people that I worked with in the professional wrestling business, I'm starting to realize that so many people have lowered the bar when it comes to wrestling. And we're at the point now that if something is mediocre, it's suddenly great. And the fact of the matter is, no, it's not great. It's lucky if it's mediocre. But we have, for whatever reason, we have lowered the bar where, like, we will say anything's good just for the sake of saying it's good. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't stand for that, because if something was once great, then why can't it be great again? Why do I have to lower the bar, and why do I have to accept poo-poo? I don't lower bars. When I am doing something and my name is on something like this show, or whether it was Raw during the Attitude Era, whatever it was, I busted my Spaldings. I kept up in the bar and up in the bar, and I wanted the show to be greater and greater and better and better and greater and greater and better and better. I didn't settle for mediocrity, and I'm going to tell you something. I don't think there's anybody that is a member of the brand. I don't think there's anybody that's listening to this show right now on Twitch or YouTube that settles for being mediocre. You're going to settle for being okay when you can be great and you can achieve great things regardless of what field of business you're in, regardless of what your talents are. What, you want to be great or you want to be mediocre? I ain't lowering any bars. I don't believe in lowering bars. If you're lowering a bar, that means that at some point the bar was very high. So what? You could not keep up that greatness? You cannot maintain that greatness. So now we're going to lower the bar and it's going to be okay with everybody. I don't believe in that. If it stinks, it stinks. And I'm going to tell you it stinks. I'm not going to tell you it's good or it's okay or it's mediocre because the bar has been lowered. I did a show with Disco Inferno yesterday. You guys know the Disco Inferno from WCW. I did a show with Disco Inferno yesterday.
But this is all speculation. We don't know.
No, this is not speculation. I do know Disco because I was there. And my mind was blown by how much Disco Inferno has lowered the bar when it comes to professional wrestling. You got to understand, bro, this guy performed at the height of the wrestling business. 10 million people were watching wrestling on Monday nights. Now you got 1.5 million people. And Disco has lowered the bar so low that he was actually saying what great characters Sasha and Bayley were. He was actually saying that, the Mysterio Rollins storyline is interesting, very interesting. Bro, are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Interesting? Seriously, bro? Do you what? I would love to hear Disco's. I would love to hear Disco's.
This is all speculation. We don't know.
I would love to hear Disco's definition of interesting. Interesting. Let me tell you something, bro. There hasn't been anything in the professional wrestling business interesting for the last 20 years. Nothing interesting. Are you interesting? Seriously, bro, interesting. They don't know how to write interesting. They know how to write wrestling. They know how to write wrestling in the bubble. So I don't know what you're talking about. It's interesting. It's got good characters. It stinks. And I refuse to lower the bar to the level that a guy like Disco Inferno is going to lower the bar. And you know what? As a matter of fact, I may see, I got my phone in my pocket. I may see if sometime during this show, I might even be able to get Disco Inferno on this show. Let him defend himself. I want to go to some of the people on here. Jaron Baylor is saying, if this is about AEW, I think you're being too drastic. AEW has been pretty great. Oh, okay, Jaron, what is your definition of great? I want you to tell me what is great about AEW. Bro, I don't throw around that word great. I don't throw around great. Jaron says it's a lot better than the $1 billion McMahon dictatorship. What is great about AEW, Jaron? What am I missing? I have been watching AEW every single show for over a year. One word I would not use to describe it is great. But if you think it's great, I'm going to respect your opinion. I respect all opinions on here. But you need to explain to me this is why AEW is great. You need to explain that to me because I great, bro. Great isn't even in the dictionary when it comes to AEW as far as I'm concerned. So if you're going to make a statement, I'm going to give you this platform. Like I give everybody the platform here. I'm going to give you the platform. Okay, bro, AEW is great. Tell me why AEW is great. That's what I really want to know. David Daniels is saying, how can Disco and Conan, with their experience, really say Sasha and Bayley are great characters? David, because it's exactly what I'm talking about. Because they have lowered the bar. That is why. They have lowered the bar to the point of putting over Sasha Banks's and Bayley's character. And bro, I throw this question out there. Simple question. Bayley has been on television for like 4 to 5 years. Bro, and you got to understand, guys, I'm talking about a character here. I'm not talking about the person. You guys got to understand that I never met Bayley. I've got nothing against Bayley. I'm sure Bayley is a fine human being. Okay, but what I'm talking about is the character I'm watching on television. That's what I'm talking about. You know, guys, there are characters on television shows you may not like. You know, maybe the cast of Friends, maybe you didn't like some of the characters. You know, maybe you didn't like David Schwimmer's character, Ross. Maybe you didn't like Ross. You're not going to like certain characters on a television show. That's got nothing to do with the individual character. Okay, hold my thought there because Jaron is getting back to me. Maybe not great, but in terms of modern wrestling, it's been good. I think it's been a fresher breath there for the most part. WWE got stale and still is not interesting. All right, well, Jaron, that's different. See, now you're listening to what you said. Maybe not great, but you know, you think it's been good. Jaron, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even think it's good. I don't even think it's good. I don't think it's good because I don't think it's wrestling. That's not what professional wrestling is not acrobatics. Professional wrestling is not Circus Soleil. Professional wrestling is not flippity floppity. That's not professional wrestling. If they named it something else, I would not have a problem. Jaron says, I'm only 19. I wasn't around back then, but WCW was always my favorite and watching YouTube clips, etc. I think AEW has been fun. I know they do a lot of comedy and dumb stuff, but it isn't that bad, bro. Jared, you and I will agree to disagree. I respect you, Jared, for having this conversation with me. And Jared, I will tell people what I tell them all the time. Listen, if you enjoy it, watch it. I would never tell you to stop watching it. Everything is subjective. Everything is different to everybody. So, Jaron, if you enjoy AEW, I encourage you to keep watching it. I want to make that clear to everybody. This isn't a forum where, you know, you got to agree with me or I'm throwing you out of here. I don't work that way. That's not how I am. I'm very open. I like having discussion because everything is subjective. Jaron is 19. Jaron is going to look at AEW different from a guy 40 years his senior. You understand? So I got no problem with that. It's always going to be subjective. I'm going to respect your opinion. Let me get back to Ross and let me get back to characters. So when I talk about Bayley and when I talk about Sasha Banks, I'm talking about the Bayley and the Sasha Banks that I see on TV. I don't know them personally. I am sure they are great people. Guys, on YouTube, please feel free. Super sticker. You can make donations here on YouTube. If you're enjoying the content, if you're enjoying the conversation, if you're enjoying the entertainment, please feel free to contribute 100 bits from my boy Troy. Yeah, guys, please cheer bits on Twitch. Guys, I'm going to ask you a simple question. When Disco's putting over Bayley's character, and I'm opening this up, guys, please listen to me and answer me. I want answers on YouTube and Twitch. When Disco brings up Bayley's got a good character, I'm going to ask one simple question. I've been watching Bayley since her first debut on WWE, okay? What is Bayley's character? Anybody on Twitch, anybody on YouTube, seriously, in the 4 years that we have seen Bayley on TV, what is Bayley's character? This is what I know so far about Bailey. Here's what I know. I know this.
Ding dong.
I know ding dong. Okay. I also know this.
Hello.
Okay. I know ding dong and I know hello. This is what I've learned about this Bailey character in 4 years. Can somebody please tell me what is Bailey's character? Hamid Ali says Bailey's character equals PG for kids. Bro, that doesn't tell me what her character is, Hamid. What is her character? Okay, bro, she's PG and she's for kids. That doesn't tell me what her character is. Mr. Newman says she's a good little worker. Or as the great Dutch Mantel would say, she's a good little hand. That's not character. Anybody else? Lion Ratton is asking, is her character a Karen? Big Josh says she's a character that has PMS. Josh, this is a family show, bro. We really don't need to be talking about PMS. Okay, here we go. Here's a Matt Mateo. I think Bailey is very talented, but I don't know how to describe her character. Okay, Matt, bingo. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not taking away from Bailey's talent. I'm not taking away from that at all. I'm asking you, what is her? How could I be watching somebody on television for 4 years and not have an understanding of what her character is? I know the characters on Friends. Bro, after one episode, you would have been able to go right down the line and describe every character in Friends. After one episode, you would have been able to go right down the line and describe every character on Seinfeld. Characters are defined. You know what they're going to do before they do it. You know why they're going to do it. You know what they're thinking. You know what they're going to say. I don't know Bailey's character. What is Sasha Banks's character? What is her character? I'm the boss. The boss of what? I'm the boss. I'm the boss. My ring says I'm the boss. My chain says I'm the boss. I'm the boss. Everybody says I'm the boss. What are you the boss? I don't know what she's the boss of. I don't know what she means by the boss. Keith Richardson, Bailey's promos are horrible. Also, no one knows why Sasha is a boss. Thank you, Keith. Is this Keith Richardson from the Rolling Stones? Is this Keith Richardson? Yeah, Hamid Ali, Seinfeld, Friends, Office, which is the best in your opinion? Doesn't matter what the best is. You're talking about those shows, Hamid, because they had great characters. Great characters were the very foundation of the show, man. Come on now, guys. There's no excuse for not knowing who these characters are. There is no excuse. GMC Truck is asking, is this a new show? Everything is a new show. Every time I'm behind a microphone, it's a new show. But we got to be calling things out here. How are you on television for 4 years and I have no idea who your character is? I'll see if I could get a Disco on the phone. I'm going to take a little couple of minute break. I'll see if I could get Disco on here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get him, on such short notice. I have no idea. Mr. Newman with a $5 donation. Mr. Newman, a $5 donation on YouTube. I thank you very, very, very much. If you guys aren't familiar with me listening for the first time, you guys also, I am a songwriter. I do song parodies to honor the marks. I don't know, GMC. I don't know what you're saying. I don't understand what you're saying. Fresh of breath air. supposed to be a breath of fresh air. Fresh of breath air with Jeff. He puts no effort in adding anything to the show. What you're saying now is exactly the same with Jeff. If he didn't have one before, he could have developed a personality by now. I don't know what GMC is, Chuck. Are you saying that Jeff has no personality? Jeff, Jeff has more of a character. For those of you that don't know, Jeff Lazy Lane is my co-host and the producer of the show. GMC, Jeff Lane has a clearer character than Bailey and Sasha, without a shadow of a doubt. We know he wears a goofy hat. We know at one point he puked in his hat. We know he has a hard time finding dates. We know he doesn't leave his house. We know all he does is play video games. We know he contributes nothing to any of the shows. These are all character traits. So without a shadow of a doubt, Jeff Lane is more defined as a character than Sasha or Bailey, without a shadow of a doubt. Guys, I'm going to take a couple of minute break. As I told you guys, if you don't know me, I write song parodies. This is my most popular tune. I'm going to play it for you. I'll be back when it's over.
Nibbling on fast food, acting like a damn fool. All of these wrestlers are covered in oil. I'm strumming my Johnson. I don't care if it's a sin. That KO's BO's really starting to boil. Wasted away again in Margaritaville, searching for all fake wrestling news. Some people say that it's my parents to blame, but I don't. It's my own damn fault. Marking for Finney, yeah, I'm dreaming he's with me. There they go, Sammy, and he's driving a cab. Maurice can't wrestle, huge boobs but can't wrestle. And if you Roman for being so bad. We're wasted away again in Margaritaville. We're longing for that fake wrestling news.
Don't believe anything that you read on the internet.
Some people say that we are all so dumb, but we're not. We're simply awesome.
The best in-ring wrestler of all time, it has to be Okada. Who's better? Nobody.
Tanahashi.
All right, I got to interrupt this because Joseph Carino is on YouTube, and I'm going to go back to the song in a second. Joseph Carino. Now, in Sasha's case, her character is hard to define, but I think she's smoothest working in WWE female division. Joseph, I am not talking about her work. I am not talking about her wrestling. I'm talking about her character. And her character after 4 years should not be hard to define. Back to the song.
Tanahashi, that's right.
Oh, Johnny Gargano is such a fantastic wrestler. Johnny Gargano's got great abs 365 days a year. He does. These guys are just so technically strong. And, I mean, it's...
I'll be honest, I could watch Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn fight forever. Brilliant.
I don't know the reason I stayed here all season. Nothing to show but that my balls are blue.
Hold on, I'm interrupting again. Josh, what are you talking about? Sasha is a hip-hop character. Her cousin is Snoop Dogg. Josh, when have we ever seen Sasha on the show do hip-hop? Did I miss that episode, Josh, where Sasha did hip-hop? We know her cousin is Snoop Dogg. That is a shoot. That is not a character trait. Hip-hop. Back to the song.
Nakamura's a beauty, a Japanese cutie. Outside his entrance, I haven't a clue. Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Searching for all fake wrestling news. Some people say that it's my parents to blame, but I don't. It's my own damn fault.
Did you have sex last night?
For sure. I was watching Rich Man.
On a scale of 1 to 10, this was about a 2, maybe even a 1.
It was 2.
All right, guys, I am back. Umar Khan is saying, bro, it's a work. Oh, is it really a work, bro? So what does that mean, bro? That they're not supposed to have characters, bro, because it's a work? Bro, they are still trying to make us believe in their characters and the storylines, bro. Omar, I don't need you to tell me it's a work. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. It's a work. Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks for smartening me up that wrestling's a work, bro. I really, really, really appreciate it. Oy vey. But guys, my point is you're putting over characters. In this case, Disco's putting over characters that don't even have a character. You got to have a character before I could attempt to put your character over. If you don't have a character, how could I even attempt to put your character over? And it's going back to exactly what I'm talking about. The freaking low bar. What is that gimmick they play? What is the gimmick they do when they hold the bar to the ground? How low can you go? What is that gimmick called? When two people hold the bar and you gotta arch your back and go under the bar. Some Punk, thank you for the bits, my friend. What is the limbo? Is that called the limbo? Is that the limbo? Lion window? Is that the limbo? Bro, I'm going to tell you something. The bar has been so lowered in the wrestling business that an ant, even a big ant, cannot go under the bar. Even an ant cannot fit under the bar. That's how low the bar has been lowered. That's how low it is. That's how low. Bro, I equate it to, I'm assuming there's a lot of sports fans listening to this show. I'm assuming there's a lot of sports fans listening to this show. I'm going to equate it to this. Maybe I can get Disco's working out. Let me see. Maybe I can get my friends Ben and Stevie on here. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Let me hold on, guys. I'm texting them. Let me get their opinions. Here's what I could equate it to, bro. Okay, guys. The Los Angeles Dodgers just won the World Series. They're the world champions. Okay. If the Dodgers come back next year and they're playing 500 baseball and you're a Dodger fan, is that going to be okay with you because they won the World Series last year? So all of a sudden now they're going to go from world champions to a 500 team. That is going to be okay with you? That's lowering the bar. That's not going to be okay with you. You got a taste of a championship team, and you are not going to settle for mediocrity. It is that simple. Unacceptable, PK. Thank you. Unacceptable. Even Millennial Number One says, I read that Braun is a babyface again. He is the new Big Show in terms of constant switching face or heel. Exactly, bro, because they don't know what his character is. They don't know what his character is. But there is nobody on here that is going to tell me that if your team was good and now they're mediocre, you guys are going to tell me you're happy. If you're a Jet fan, you're happy with the Jets. You don't settle for mediocrity in sports. You don't settle, guys. You don't settle for mediocrity in customer service. I was late because I went to get a cup of coffee and a bagel at Einstein's. And it took me 15 minutes to get one lousy, stinking bagel. That's not okay with me. Now, if I'm lowering the bar, that would have been acceptable. Okay, bro, it took 15 minutes to get a bagel. That's acceptable. No, that's unacceptable. We get mad when anybody lowers the bar. I'm not going to stand for lowering the bar. Permanent Press. The Fiend is an example of having a great character. Thank you, Permanent Press. Yes, very much so. The Fiend has a great character. But you know why? Because The Fiend developed that character. That The Fiend is not a WWE creation. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, he came up and he developed that character. Jay Volk, instead of reaching for brass rings, they're bending under the low limbo bar. Thank you, Jay, very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So there we have it, guys. I just feel very, very strongly that we should not settle for mediocrity. The wrestling business was once great. 10 million people were once watching wrestling every Monday night. 10 million people. 1.5 million. They've lost 85% of their viewing audience. Yes, there are great characters. Thank you. Hamed again. Hamed's trying to be nice to me now. Hamed said, Broken Matt Hardy character, great character. Enzo Amore character, great character. Yes, if you're putting these guys over as characters, I will stand alongside you and put them over. I'm not putting Bailey and Sasha over when I don't know their characters. Not happening. Eddie, SCSA, thank you so much for the super sticker, my friend. Very, 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 very much appreciated. Thank you very, very much. What's the occasion for this video? Just chatting. Amar, every 2 weeks, I'm going to be on the front page of Twitch. Every Wednesday, I will be doing this show on Twitch called Afternoon Attitude. Every other Wednesday from 3 to 4:30, I will be on this channel. I will be doing this show, and that's what you're listening to. So we won't be here next Wednesday. We'll be here the following Wednesday. However, I am on Twitch practically every single day. You could ask anybody. You could ask any of my followers. I'm on Twitch every single day. Twitch.tv/Vince Russo Live. You could check me out every day. Guys, you're asking me some wrestling questions in here. I can answer the quick ones. I can't answer the ones that would take time. Like somebody said, what would you do with Bayley and Sasha's character? I can't answer that off the top of my head in 5 minutes. But if you join russosbrand.com, we talk about this stuff on a weekly basis. And I will discuss it there. I just got a $4.99 donation from Umar Khan. Umar, thank you, Umar. To be fair, you have a point. Your booking and writing at least made characters decent. Oh, and you should be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Well, listen, TBF, that's another thing. You guys want to talk about the WWE Hall of Fame? Bro, let me tell you what the criteria is, Umar, and thanks, Umar, for the donation. Thank you. Let me tell you what the criteria is for the WWE Hall of Fame. Okay? Quite frankly, there is no criteria for the WWE Hall of Fame. Vince McMahon decides who goes and who doesn't go in this fictitious Hall of Fame. There is not a WWE Hall of Fame. There is no place like Cooperstown you can go visit. Wrestling is a work. So having worked in the wrestling business, I could sit here and tell you the Brooklyn Brawler worked just as hard as The Rock. So all these guys are working. It's all a work. And quite frankly, I don't care where you are on the card. The curtain jerker is working just as hard as the main eventer. So what's the criteria of going into a Hall of Fame? Your one-loss record? Do you guys know how many, people considered lower card wrestlers made superstars who they were? Do you guys realize? I'm going to give you a perfect example. Prior to the rise of Stone Cold Steve Austin, Austin worked around every night with Savio Vega. Savio Vega worked with Austin, took Austin under his wing. They worked together. He helped Austin. They had great matches. Savio was there with him every step of the way prior to the rise of Austin. Steve Austin himself will tell you that. Another example, Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock did to The Rock what Savio Vega did for Steve Austin. They will tell you that. So you mean to tell me Savio Vega doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? When part of the success of Steve Austin can be attributed to Savio Vega? So my point is, there's no criteria for getting in the Hall of Fame. Vince McMahon decides who he likes and who he doesn't like. I don't need validation from an egomaniac like Vince McMahon to validate myself. It's ridiculous. It is. You know who validates me? I hope the people that validate me are the same people that validate you. I hope the people that validate you are your parents, your siblings, your wife, your husband, your children, your friends. I hope those are the people that validate you. That's who you want validation from. You want validation from your boss. You want validation from your coworkers. That's who you want validation from. People that know you. So the thought of a Hall of Fame, Umar, I don't think Kevin Dunn has any say in it. Vince McMahon has the final say-so of who gets in and who gets out, and that's why the Hall of Fame means absolutely nothing. We're going to change gears here for a while because Chris Carmichael is opening up the door for me to talk about music. Chris is asking me, who's your favorite rock band? Guys, let me tell you a little bit about myself with music. I love music. I've got an album collection of over 3,500 albums. I have a store online. I got an eBay store, Venom Vinyl. I sell vinyl on eBay, and I do it for a couple of reasons. It's a hobby. It helps support my obsession with buying albums, and I also want to share my love of vinyl with other people. Al Balog has come up here a couple of times telling me he's depressed. Al, we'll talk in a minute. I don't like to see people depressed. I want to know what you're depressed about. Let me finish this thought because I have ADD. I got to finish my album thought, Al, before I can get to you. Venom Vinyl. I got over 100 titles on there. I just got a bunch of titles today to put in there. Check it out. Everything on Venom Vinyl, I personally own a copy of. So everything I'm selling to you, I own, which means it comes highly recommended. I will sign the albums for you at no extra charge. They're I'm not even going to say reasonably priced. They're freaking cheap. They're cheap because I really do it out of a hobby. I don't do Venom Vinyl to make money. Do I drink coffee? Speaking of coffee, you guys can go right here, man. Go to thebrosters.com. I got my own coffee, bro. The Brosters, Broasters, The Brosters. You can order my coffee. This is tremendous coffee. If you guys are addicted to coffee like I am, you will absolutely love this. Tremendous, tremendous coffee. Let me get back to Venom Vinyl. So yeah, guys, I love vinyl. I'm going to be at the vinyl store on Friday to be the first one to get the new AC/DC album. Check out Venom Vinyl. My favorite band, far and away, is the Beatles. How a band, over a course of less than 10 years, could change their sound so many times, could influence culture with every album that came out. Nobody will ever top the Beatles in my mind. Growing up, because of the characters, guys, characters. Want to talk about characters? I think I could tell you who the Kiss characters are. I think I could explain the Kiss characters to you. I think we know Gene Simmons is the Demon. I think we know Paul Stanley is the Star Child. I think we know Ace is the Spaceman. Peter is the Catman. I think I could explain. I think I know the characters of Kiss. Can you imagine Kiss being a band and the first 5 years we don't know who their characters are? Can you imagine that? Big Kiss fan in my teenage years. In my later years, when you're talking about more current music, I love Rihanna. I'm a huge mark for Rihanna, who's really starting to piss me off because she hasn't released new music in forever. You know, Riri, if you're listening, and I know you are, I know you got lines of sneakers and clothing and perfume and makeup. I know you got all these lines that are making you billions and billions and zillions of dollars. Could we get new music from you, Rihanna? Could we get new music from you? I also am a very big fan. Chris just said Drake got more hits than the Beatles. Chris, are you kidding me? Chris, are you on crack right now? Seriously, bro? Drake has more hits than the Beatles, huh, bro? How much you want to bet on that, Chris? How much you're willing to wager on that, Chris? How much? Tell me how much you're willing to wager. How can you make a comment like that? Also, I am a very, bro, musicians don't have to be characters. Okay, it helps if they are a character, but they're not characters on television. They're musicians. They're playing music. But I could name 1,000 musical characters that are more defined than Bailey and Sasha. I can name 1,000 of them. I'm a big fan of Tenacious D, Kyle Gass, and Jack Black. Do we have anybody here that are friends of Tenacious D in the house? And Chris, you want to bet me $1,000? You want to bet me $1,000 that Drake has more hits than the Beatles? You really want to bet me $1,000? Lacey Stokes with a $20 super sticker. Thank you, Lacey. Okay, here's Al. Let me address Al here. I don't like anybody being depressed. I've been thinking about my great-grandfather with his birthday. Nazi Germany survivor. Passed away a while ago. He hated Hitler and was a godly man. This was an authority he couldn't submit to. Now, Al, I gotta tread lightly because they get mad when I talk about other things than sports on here, okay? But I'm going to tell you this, Al. You've been thinking about your great-grandfather and his birthday. This great-grandfather of yours sounds like a great man, a Nazi Germany survivor. Sounds like a great man that really stood up for freedom and what was right and what was just. And I got to tell you, I don't know why you're depressed. I know you're thinking about him, but this great man, I'm sure, has a place secured in heaven that you and I, Al, could not even imagine. If this man was the honorable human being on this planet that you describe him as, and I have every reason in the world to believe that, then you can bet he's living in paradise right now, and he's getting the respect, and he's getting the love, and he's getting the honor that he always deserved here on earth. Think about that, Al. Think about that. Al says his great-grandpa's favorite proverb was 16:12. It is an abomination to kings to do evil, for the throne is established by righteousness. That's what I just said, Al. And he's sitting in his throne right now. God bless you. God bless your great-grandfather. Essa Schuhal is trying to get my go because he's saying Elias has more hits than the Beatles. Now, you see, bro, Elias has a character. I understand Elias's character. I am a fan of Elias. You see what I'm saying? I'm a fan of Elias. Okay, guys, let me go on. Any other questions? Anything else you would like to talk about here? They like when I talk about sports, But if you guys want to talk about music, we could talk about music. We could talk about entertainment. Somebody just asked me, I saw on here, who was my favorite villain in Batman 66? Guys, I am a huge Batman 66 mark. I was 5 years old when the show came out. I clearly remember the very, very first episode of Batman. I watched it. I remember it vividly. My favorite villain, far and away, was Vincent Price's Egghead. I loved Vincent Price as Egghead. As a matter of fact, a good friend of mine, Tilly, a few Christmases back, Tilly bought me a beautiful framed picture of Egghead signed by Vincent Price. That is one of my greatest treasures. Guys, I'm going to take one more break, but I'm going to make it worth your while. I am going to play for you guys while I take a little break, a couple of minutes, maybe 3 minutes. I'm going to play for you guys the greatest podcast on a pole. Hey, bro, what's up in the house? Yeah, I got, okay, before I do that, guys, I'm going to be doing a new podcast soon called Podcast on a Pole. 12 days from now, counting down. The show is going to be monthly. Podcast on a Pole. We're going to go month by month of the Attitude Era, the shows that I wrote. So you guys keep an eye out for that. Guys, go to russosbrand.com. Everything is posted there. It's kind of like a hub. Podcast on a Pole. 12 days away. All right, guys, let me play this promo for you, and then I will be back with the last segment of the show.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true. See, normally if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best at beating me. And then you add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down. See, the three-way at Sacrifice, you got a 33 1/3 chance of winning. But I got a 66 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me, and he's not even going to try. So, Samoa Joe, you take your 30 1/3 chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning if we used to go one-on-one, and then add 66 2/3%. I got 141 2/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. See, Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at Sacrifice. See, but I'm going to break it down for all you ladies. Would you rather be with me, or would you rather be with Joe?
Well, I think Joe's kind of nice. I mean, you know.
See, you're one of those girls that like romance. I'm going to talk to all my freaks out there. Would you rather come home to me, a genetic freak, to be satisfied every night, or go home to that fat-ass Samoa Joe? See, tonight, we're going to win, and I'm going to be the world champion at Sacrifice. Come on, Pete.
Now, guys, I got to say, I believe that is arguably the greatest promo of all time. And, guys, I want to tell you, let me explain to you just how great Scott Steiner is. I'm going to use my air quotation marks if you can't see me on YouTube. I produced that Scott Steiner interview, but make no bones about it. I gave him none of it. None of it. Zero. So as the producer, my job was to make sure that the interview was done and we got the interview in the can. That was my job. Now, I had the honor and I had the privilege of standing 10 feet from Scott as he cut that promo. And guys, that was 100% Scott Steiner off the top of his head, never missing a beat. I was watching this thing in tears. In tears. I knew what I was watching. And I knew it didn't get much, much better than this. And I thank Scott that I was able to be there and listen to that promo. But guys, make no bones about it. 100% Scott Steiner. Now, guys, I got to tell you, another guy, and it would be hard for you to guess. And I'm going to let you guess. I like doing this now and again when I come on Twitch and YouTube. I like to throw things out there and see if you guys could figure it out. Bro, I worked with a guy at the WWE, and I literally could not be in the vicinity when he was cutting promos because I could not contain myself. I would lose it. I would cry. I would blow snots. I would double over. I could not control myself when this man opened his mouth and cut promos. This is pre-Attitude Era at the WWE. And what an honor to be able to produce this gentleman. I want to see if you guys can guess who I'm talking about. I'm going to say these promos were 95, 96, right prior to the Attitude Era. Let's see if you guys can guess who it is. Was not Billy Gunn, was not Road Dogg, was not Bret Hart. Come on, guys. Steve Blackman, come on. Punisher, stop. Well, Goldust Chris was great. Goldust was great. He was a genius, but it was not Goldust. And I want to say the same too for, Vince Pippolis got it. Vince Pippolis, how the heck did you get Mr. Backlund? Vince Pippolis must know me because Vince Pippolis said Bob Backlund. The Mr. Backlund character was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I could not keep a straight face. I could not stand there. I had to be escorted out. Mr. Backlund was a genius. Another one, you guys are mentioning somebody on here. Very, very, very underrated. Very underrated. Was Sid. I'm glad a lot of you guys are mentioning Psycho Sid. Sid, a very, 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 very underrated promo. I do not know. When people bring up great promos, I don't know why Sid is not in the conversation. I don't understand why Sid was not in the conversation. Vince said he had a feeling. You're dead on, Vince. Mr. Backlund's promos. Guys, I can remember one of my greatest times in the wrestling business was when I did a magazine article for the WWF magazine, and I brought Bob Backlund to spring break. And I'm telling you guys, it was over 100 degrees outside, humid as hell. Backlund is wearing a full wool suit, and the only thing he has is that white stuff on his nose so he doesn't get sunburn on his nose. The next thing I know, he's rolling up his pants, and he's sitting on the edge of the pool, and he's soaking his feet in the pool, and one by one, these spring breakers start coming over and talking to Mr. Backlund. And I'm sitting back, guys, and I'm watching this surreal moment. And I am telling you, by the time Backlund was done, there were 50 spring breakers in the pool circled around Mr. Backlund, listening to his words of wisdom. I will never forget that as long as I live. Though those are the moments that I remember. Those are the moments I remember. Podcast on a Poll says you got to mention Mankind because Foley was brought in to be a body for Undertaker, but he was too good to be used to just lose 3 or 4 matches to Taker. His promos earn him a bigger role. I got to tell you something, podcast. I don't remember that being the reason Mick Foley was brought in, just to do jobs and work with Taker. I don't know where exactly you got that from, but I don't know that was the reason. Maybe somebody said that on a podcast. I don't know. But I don't believe that was the reason. David Daniels has a very good question. Vince, can you expand on your previous statement of being intimidated by Jeff Hardy? What did you mean by that? David, I don't know. It was very odd. You know, Jeff wasn't a man of many words. Jeff was a little mysterious. Jeff kept to himself. And, you know, Jeff had that, what word am I looking for, man? He had that air of like literally like being a rock star. He really did have that air around him. Didn't hang out with everybody. You know, kind of stayed to himself, said very few words. It was the weirdest thing. Now, you know, I wasn't intimidated because he was mean or anything like that. I wasn't intimidated. Pritchard said it. Well, you know what, Chris, maybe, you know, listen, Pritchard was involved with the hiring of Mick. So maybe Pritch knows a little bit more about that than I do. But man, I mean, Mick Foley was a bona fide superstar. I'm going to see if I can get, guys, hold on. I'm going to see if I could get Ben and Stevie to join real quick, guys. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to darken the screen for a second because I don't want you guys, seeing their email addresses. So, guys, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get Ben and Stevie in here for a minute. Let's see. I don't know how. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Here it is. Hold on, guys. I'm going to see if I can get Ben and Stevie in here for the last couple of minutes. It'll only take a second. Let's see. AOL. Here we go. I still use AOL, guys. I am old school. Let me go to these guys, see if we can get them in here. Let's see. Get Ben in here. Let's see if I can get Stevie in here. Boom. Send them the link. Boom. Boom. All right. Let's see if we can get these guys in here, bro. Let me go back so where you could see me on Twitch. All right, guys, I am back. I'm going to try to get Ben and Stevie in here, see if they can call. Podcast on a Poll said Foley said himself that he was brought in to be Mankind the Mutilator and that Vince even wanted to fully hide his face, but when he saw the vignettes, he started to like him. Okay, I did not know that. Podcast on a Poll. So thank you very, very much for educating me. You know, me and Mick Foley were Long Island guys, bro. So I knew, I knew about Mick Foley before he ever got there, and I always knew what a great talent Mick was. So I always looked at Mick as a A-lister. Hold on, we got Ben Hameen. Look, Ben Hameen as A-lister.
Man, I gotta turn off the Twitch. We got Ben. How's it going? Glad to be on front page.
This is the great Ben Hameen. We're going to talk about Ben's Patreon. We're going to talk about Ben's Twitch. Ben, you know what I was talking about today? And I'm glad you can come in for the final 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I had to promote this new podcast on a poll that Billy's doing with me, right? So I went to promote that on the Conan and the Disco show yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Okay, so you know what I'm talking. Did you see the show?
No, I just saw the still that you were on there. I haven't had a chance to listen.
I swear to God. So now I promote the show, and all of a sudden, next thing I know is we're reviewing SmackDown. Bro, Ben, I'm listening to Especially Disco. Bro, he has lowered the bar so low where he was putting over Bailey and Sasha's characters. He was putting over, bro, how interesting the Rey Mysterio storyline was. And I was, bro, and then he had the gall to say that Murphy and Aliyah, that's how they really would be acting if this were real. So, bro,
you'd always come in and make out in front of your dad while he's in a match that he shouldn't even be in to start with. I get it with Ray and Dominic. That's Conan's homies. That's their family. They're going to say nice things, and I totally understand that. And they're trying to, do what they can with the storyline. But I hear Disco be fairly critical in the small sound bites, but, we all have our days. You definitely don't want me talking about Tom Hagen and Paul Heyman.
Laws. I don't like you talking about laws.
Like
what I'm talking about is here, bro. I think it's BS with lowering the bar.
I agree.
I don't believe in that, Ben. Like, we're gonna say wrestling can never be as great as it once was. Why?
No one's playing to the height of their intelligence. And after you just keep dumbing down your audience and feeding them nothing but scraps, they think that's all there is. Once every 3-4 months, we get one taste of filet mignon or even get a look at it, and you get hungry for it, and they take it right away. And it's back to, please, sir, I want some more with your hands in a cup of pork.
I mean, Ben, I feel like if we're lowering the bar, it's like we're making it okay. It's like this is a total shit show, but it's okay.
But here's the thing. Well, I mean, you want to talk Bailey and Sasha? Well, let's have Disco talk about this. I have a pretty decent hand with Serena and whatnot, and she is the number one prospect in all of wrestling right now, in my opinion. No one can do what she can do. And they put Sasha and Bailey on top in WWE.
Ding dong.
And that's it's all spots. It's the same match. You can tune out. You watch Serena wrestle from the lockup. It's a competition, running all kinds of pins, working like as good as Dean Malenko, Benoit, and Bret Hart do. Like, that's the level. She's not imitating. That's the level she works at. And then you have Bailey, who's your top heel on on WWE for women on that show. And she's like responding in a thread to other indie wrestlers who are marking out for Serena's style, which is Rip Rogers, classic 101 style. That's what we all wrestle, what we're all taught. And every one of his sons and daughters of Rip can do it. Now you have the WWE top people going, that's my dream match. I'm first in line. You had her there for 3 years. You didn't do a damn thing. Now she comes out of the woodwork and in 4 matches has the entire female industry marking out for how they should be wrestling instead of doing spot. And she's just going to be a pro and keep doing what she does. And you watch, you'll see Sasha and Bailey start to emulate her and like fully in the next 2 months. Everyone is going to try and do catch wrestling style, which, bless them, I hope they can, and we'll get back to a higher level of storytelling instead of taking ridiculous bumps and whatnot. But you know what? Forget wrestling. We're on the front page of Twitch, and I know Twitch Sports is watching. I want to talk to you about something that forget wrestling, man, because I'm pumped about this. You want to talk about a build, dude, because you and I are 80s guys. You're a little ahead of me, but that was a prime time for you. And this Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. fight has got me hyped, man. It already got pushed back from September. Then they were like, oh, it's going to be an exhibition. But, dude, I've been watching on World Star, the 5-part series. It's on YouTube as well. And I saw a lot of Roy Jones fights, probably like 40 out of 46 of his wins. And I was a big fan of him too. What are you thinking about Roy Jones Jr., Mike Tyson, about ready to go at it again? I think somebody's going to hit the canvas, man.
Well, so hold on. When they say this is supposed to be an exhibition, are we talking Rocky Balboa and Thunder Lips? Is that what with that?
They acted like they were going to go 60, 70%, and then like the critics started talking a bunch of ish about it. So like Mike Tyson is like, nah, and even Roy Jones too, but like if you watch these series, and I'll send them to you, it shows they're in their camp, and Roy Jones is not heavy, but he's like heavyweight size, and he's still super fast. But his team is made up of, and I don't want to crap on the guy's team, but like older heavy dudes who don't look like they're in the prime. They just look like his buddies helping them train. And I'm sure they got tons of knowledge because they're in Roy Jones's corner, so I'm not trying to short him that way. But then Mike Tyson has got a whole camp of pros around him, of like a pro thing. And dude, Mike Tyson looked older with the gray beard, and they go, wait till he shaves. Wait till you see him. He looks 25 again. End of episode 4. They just released episode 5. End of episode 4. He's clean shaven and looks like 1988 all over again, dude. And
well, let me ask you this, Ben. Are both sides taking this like 100% seriously?
Dude, Roy Jones, it seems like he is, and like he's saying all the fighter stuff, and he doesn't look sloppy. He just looks big and built, and he's Roy Jones, so he's got incredible speed, and he's got a good 3-inch reach on Tyson. So can he counterpunch when Tyson's coming in on the peekaboo style, bob and weave to and have the power to knock Tyson backwards at his age, or is Tyson going to come in and just walk in the liver and you know, body head with the hook, and down goes, you know, in the first round, down goes Roy Jones, man. But these two old lions, I love this old lion.
Are they the same age, bro?
I think they're 46 and 47.
Wow. Bro, you know why you got to love this? Because regardless of what the bodies can still do, bro, regardless of what the bodies can still do, it's a matter of pride.
Yeah.
That's why you got to love
it. Way up. Mike Tyson's 54.
Okay.
And Roy Jones is 51. So Tyson's Roy Jones was fighting up to 2 years ago. He was still in the ring professionally. So, and Roy Jones only wanted to win at middleweight, light heavyweight, and something else in there, you know, junior middleweight. So he goes up in size and class. Tyson's just Tyson, and got back in shape and now training like a psycho. But dude, you're talking about two of the best that ever did it. Who I like these old lion fights. They're doing a whole dream booking thing where it's a Legends like league. Yeah. I think that's coming out, Legends League. You just have to be the man to be in it. But this is going to be cool. Who you taking, Tyson or Roy Jones, you think?
Oh man, bro, I see it's hard to say, not really knowing like what type of shape the both of them are in.
When you see it, you're not going to be able to go, I'm taking him. They're both like, you're like, I wouldn't want to fight either of those son of a.
Let me ask you this though, bro. Is Roy Jones, is he considered like a smart fighter?
When you hear him talk, he sounds country kind of, and people think he's stupid. But when it comes to punching on angles, like when he moves and can punch so fast, that's why he knocks guys out. He's a finisher because they never see it coming from what it is. So he studies guys, breaks down tape. But Mike Tyson, people just think he's an animal. That's not even close to being true. Aside from that, Mike Tyson's boxing acumen of what Cus D'Amato taught him in tape review, I don't think anyone's ever done the amount of tape review that Mike Tyson has. He knows the history of boxing going back to the slave camps of like who were the champions during the slave era and all the way up and things along those lines. Mike Tyson is more of a student of the game. I'm not saying that, you know, Roy Jones isn't. But from what I've seen in Tyson and the way he references fighters throughout, the way Cus put it in his head, his mind is on a different level when it comes to being able to pull things in tape review like that and knowing history of boxing. So
what is the line right now? Like, what is the Vegas line right now?
Oh man, I don't even know. I have to.
When is the fight, bro? When is it?
It's the end of this month, in November, I believe.
Vegas?
Let me see. I got Bovada up now, man. You have to vamp for a minute.
It's going to be on pay-per-view, right? Man,
Hacker Hameen don't pay for it.
I know, but man, it should do a number, bro.
Well, he said they're doing it. Tyson said everything he's doing is for charity. So, you know that if he fights anymore, that's what he's doing. He's got enough money, I guess.
Now, Freitagger is saying that Holyfield wants to get back in the game too.
Yeah, they're talking Holyfield and they're talking Tyson versus younger guys too, man. So I love this kind of dream booking stuff. Absolutely love it.
Podcast on a poll, and he's our betting guy, bro. Said Tyson 1-3, Jones 2-1.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. When is it? It's the 20, is it? 28th? Yeah, 28th. Mike Tyson's minus 175, Roy Jones plus 145. Dude, that's the thing. Like, if Jones can keep him outside and slip him and age catches up to Tyson, it could happen.
Yeah.
Jones can sleep him. But if he gets him on the inside or against the ropes and it's all over, you know?
Yeah.
Crazy. And I was training. I love this YouTube site. I want to try and partner with this guy, Precision Striking, because for my cardio, I like to do a lot of MMA or, Muay Thai, but been focused on boxing. And he's got these awesome pad workouts, and he breaks down Mayweather combos and Tyson ones. Now, my body type and Tyson's way different with the bob and weave and the peekaboo. My core is killing me today after doing all those Mike Tyson in and outs, dude. Like the up and downs. Oh, it hurt so bad this morning when I got up, but it's a great workout. Precision Striking. Check that out, you guys, and get your cardio on. You'll feel like $1 million, especially by the end, the way this guy puts it together. You're doing Mayweather combos. You're like, holy shit, I'm boxing like Mayweather. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome, bro. All right, listen, Ben, we got a couple of minutes. I want you to tell everybody about you on Twitch. I want everybody to tell them about Patreon, everything that's going on, man.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you having me on again, man. Twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horseman tonight, 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. It's Stevie Richards, Big Sal from ECW, and the one Greek God Papadon, my brothers, as we roll out. We're talking vote scam tonight. We're talking some strange JonBenet Ramsey updates. We're gonna look into that.
Really, bro? You know their house is like literally 20 minutes from my house.
There's this crazy girl in New York City who says she is JonBenet Ramsey and that she's still alive. So we're trying to go down that rabbit hole just to say what's up, man. Like, we've been doing so much Politico. Let's do a little something in the crazy realm. That's the conspiracy. You know what I mean? Just for a good time, we'll hit the mailbag as well. And I just uploaded on patreon.com/Hameen Media Group some great watch alongs as well. The early days of Ryback on there, some of the Ascension guys, and Serena as well when we were all at OVW together. Pat Buck too, as you seen him on Raw. And I had just gotten kidnapped by Rob Conway, and Pat Buck had to go fight without me, and it didn't work out too well for him. But that's all going down at Hameen Media Group. I'm doing marketing videos, watch alongs, and of course the Hustler Rip Rogers FR podcast. The only place to get it right now is there, as we help Rip build his brand and get that launched in 2021. But crazy things going on all the time. You can get our whole free platform. Search Hacker Hameen on your iTunes and Hameen Media Group on your iTunes. Those are two separate channels, a main and our affiliate channel, but it's all free content. We believe in free and independent media. We've got great sponsors like the Broasters Coffee, where you can get the official Vince Russo Bro Coffee, 5-pound bag for the pandemic. Look at that handsome devil. Look at them. And you can go over there, and that's doing great things to help a local business owner take their business globally. And it's because of great fans like you all over that are Russo brand subscribers throughout the globe that really help to do that. So we do great partnerships like that with ZordosOliveOil.com. And that's what keeps our media platform free. And of course, you guys subscribe into the extra content at patreon.com/Hameen Media Group. So thanks for the opportunity, as always, here on Twitch front page on the sports section. I'm excited for this fight, man. I don't know who I'm going to take.
I can't wait to talk about it when it's over, bro.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna have to talk to Billy Body about that tomorrow. Get some insight from Billy. Maybe make a couple bucks on the fight.
Try not to get too involved with them. I know you're half in love with them. They keep saying
well, the hair.
your other wife might get mad, and not the one you live with, but
bro, one guy's got the steel blue eyes, the other guy's got the hair, bro. I don't know what's happening.
I got nothing, brother. I got nothing for you.
All right, well, Ben, thanks for joining me, my friend. I'm gonna let you go so I can wrap this thing up, bro. Thanks for joining me, man.
Russo brand over strong, y'all.
All right, take care. All right, Sean Carden, I want to thank you. Sean said, I watch so much castating for free, I thought I should cough up a little. And Sean donated $5. Guys, please, thank you for joining me today. It was my honor. It was my privilege. I hope we could do this on a daily basis. Guys, check out russosbrand.com. Check out patreon.com/Russo TWC. Check it out. Join the brand family. Be a part of the brand family. One for all for one. No nonsense. The truth and nothing but the truth. Guys, I'm going to play you out the same exact way I played you in. God bless you all.
It's right about time again to swerve again, confuse the general fans again. Add another swerve and then put it on a poll again. Put it on a poll again. Put it on the poll again. And our square to quad, it's gonna get emotional as I wait to overbook the damn cards. I guess I'm losing confidence in my competence. Viscera's now president. Shoot or work or shoot. Let's put the title on a boot. The boot defend against a fruit. The fruit defends against my suit. And I square the quad. We're going to get emotional as I wait to overbook the damn quad. Whoa, wanna be the baddest man on the planet, on the planet, on the planet. How about we put 7 men in a 4-man tag? Let's do the angle punks on crack. How about a title match? First to do 10 jumping jacks will then receive a title match. Royal Rumble on a pole match. Where we've got grab on swivel as a way to overbook the damn quad.
See you guys next time, man. I love you guys. Thank you.